BUCS Super Bowl 55 champ Shaq Barrett coming at you live for NSPN NexGen Sports. Go like and follow NSPN for total coverage of all team and combat sports, live shows, plus exclusive player interviews and unprecedented sports content creation.
Medical marijuana made easy. See if you pre-qualify for your Florida medical marijuana card free of charge, 100% risk, obligation, and judgment-free with Fast Track Cannabis Clinics of America. You're talking Tampa Bay's #1 choice for compassionate care with business professionals. Discreetly begin your road to relief by dialing 813-358-CARD or visit www.mycannabiscard.com. That's 813-358-2273. And make sure to tell them that Al Keck sent you for $30 off new patient enrollment. Ask about military and senior discounts. Fast Track Cannabis Clinics of America. Launch or scale your brand or business with Guerrilla Marketing Inc. and digitally dominate the competition. Right now, get a small business starter package. You're talking a custom logo, toll-free vanity number, equipped with a digital directory, 5-page website, and matching media page for $1,299. That's a $3,000 value. Visit GuerrillaMarketingInc.com or call 813-358-2273 to get started. With uncertainty at an all-time high, securing what matters most has never been more important for your home or your office. Prevent disaster and make life easier. Try a security and home automation system from Alarm Engineers, Inc., Tampa's trusted leader for more than 30 years. State-of-the-art security systems, award-winning monitoring, and now full-spectrum smart home solutions. Alarm Engineers, Inc. has everything your home and office could possibly need and will work with any budget. Book a free security or smart home consultation today. Call 813-948-4000. That's 813-948-4000 and get your first month free by telling them Al Keck sent you. Alarm Engineers, Inc. Sports media has evolved. Introducing NSPN, NexGen Sports, your #1 choice for total coverage of all team and combat sports. Up-to-the-minute breaking news, live shows with special guests, and unprecedented interactive sports content. Go like and follow NSPN NexGen Sports on Facebook for your chance to win an authentic, autographed Shaq Barrett BUCS jersey. That's valued at more than $1,000. Do it today. The winner will be picked live on May 18th on our NSPN NexGen Sports Facebook page. NexGen Sports.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Sports Talk 49 Live on NSPN. Always here, usually every Monday and Friday, but with the off season, you never know what's going on. And if you know me, like you do, I've always got surprises. And today we got a special surprise. Young rookie coming out of BYU, Chris Wilcox, 7th round draft pick, 26 starts, right, Chris? I think so. 26 starts. Got where's the number 29 for now. We're going to find out why he picked 29 and ask him so many other questions. But all that, I can't go without giving him a proper introduction. Check this out.
At 6'2", 175 pounds, a cornerback from Eleanor Roosevelt High School in Fontana, California, Chris Wilcox.
Chris, what's going on?
Everything's going good. I'm glad to be here.
Yep, glad to have you here, Chris. So tell us how camp's going. Well, first off, before I even get into the nitty-gritty, let me ask the one question I always ask. How does it feel to be playing with Tom Brady?
Man, it's great. My first time actually seeing him this week, and it's just been surreal. I feel like I had a reality check this week, just seeing all the people you see on TV all the time.
Right.
Really cool. Sure.
And the crazy part is, right, you actually get, because I know you're like a film type dude. You like to study and things like that. So I know you're enjoying the chess match with Tom Brady when you guys get to go against each other. You're like, all right, let me see if Tom noticed if I lean like this, will he notice that? You get to play that cat and mouse game. And that not only, helps Tom in preparation, for games and things like that. It's helping you to work your craft better. And to be honest, I know we're going to sidetrack a little bit because I need to get into this because you said something in one of your interviews that I wanted to touch in on. You said you didn't. I think they said you didn't get you didn't get any interceptions in college, correct?
No, not
just a lot of pass breakups, right? And force interceptions and a lot of tackles. And the thing because of that, it sucks because when quarterbacks don't want to throw at you, it tends to make you look worse than what you really are because they don't want to throw at you. So people kind of look at it like, oh, is he really playing well because he doesn't have a lot of interceptions? Well, the reason he doesn't have a lot of interceptions are because people don't want to test him. That's just my opinion in that. I don't know how you feel about that.
Nah, yeah, for sure. Especially my senior year, I wasn't really targeted a lot. I mean, I was, but not a lot. Like compared to a lot of the other corners on the team, but that's something I definitely want to work on, and I definitely get that solved for sure.
I mean, definitely, I'd rather take no catches and no completions by a receiver, over. I mean, of course, everybody wants the stats, everybody wants to pick and celebrate and all that stuff like that. But I think at the end of the day, all the thing we care about is the W. So I mean, that's really what it comes down to. But you said you just finally saw Tom Brady. So it's kind of a surreal moment. So you haven't really had a chance to talk to him, right?
Yeah, not really. Not like actually introduce myself. I probably will when we come back and stuff for sure. But yeah, he's always so I see him, then he's gone. And then of course I'm with the defense, so we're kind of separated a lot of the time. So stuff like that. But I'll definitely introduce myself very soon.
All right, I see you taking initiative. Bruce Arians always likes to find them dogs, and I'm sure that's why he found you. The regime has definitely changed here in Tampa Bay. They had a lot of, I guess you would call it average or undersized corners. We had Brent Grimes and Vernon Hargreaves, the guys over like 5'9", 5'11", 5'10" ish area. Now you got guys like yourself who was 6'2", Jamil Dean 6'1", 6'1.5", and then Carlton Davis. And you guys have all the same kind of skill set. And I can't go out without mentioning SMB, Sean Murphy Bunting. All you guys have that dog in you. And are very physical guys, and I love how Todd Bowles and Bruce Arians have found guys just like yourself, because I think that's why it was important for me to mention that earlier for the fans that watch this and don't know about you. They're gonna first thing people say is you don't have interceptions. The reason why he doesn't have interceptions because people don't throw at him. That's why. So, question: why did you pick 29? Was 32 your real number?
Like growing up, I felt like I always changed numbers a lot. So I really never had like that one number I always wanted to stick to. And I know when I got drafted, they gave me like a little list of numbers, and I just thought that was the best one for me. So it's really no like significant meaning behind the 29, but I want to make it, like my number for sure from now on.
You mentioned being a special teams leader and contributing wherever you can. Do you know who the last Buccaneer was that wore 29 before you the year before?
I always see him on film. I have to do my research, but no, I don't.
It's okay. It's Ryan Smith, who's now a Los Angeles Chargers, almost said San Diego. Los Angeles Charger now, who was on the team for a very long time. I think 2012 draft. Great special team star. So that's definitely, if you fill that shoes and be a special team captain, as well as get on the field, that'd be great. Okay. Do you plan on switching, after 29, if some numbers open up? Is there a specific, like a number, if you could have it, you would take it?
I mean, I know the rule thing change, cause change numbers in the league and things like that. Yeah. I have to like look around, but I'm cool with 29 for sure. Okay. I'm like one of those guys that likes to start with a number. Like at BYU, 32 is my number, so I wanted to just establish myself as 32. So I plan on doing the same thing with the 29. So,
yeah, I'm just asking because this time is the best time of year if you before you like really get established to yourself before you want to change some numbers, because you got options right now. Because of course the Grave Diggers, aka the BUCS secondary, they all changed numbers I think after their first year and got what they wanted and won a Super Bowl next year. But speaking of BYU, there's something special that's going to go on this season. You get to play against your quarterback, Zach Wilson. What is that going to be like?
Nah, it's going to be interesting. I feel like everyone always asks me, like, just, training for pro day and all these things. Every time I see people, they're like, how's Zach? How's Zach? And it's going to be interesting because he's a very good quarterback, I believe so. And I think he's going to do, well. But, I feel like we're going to scout him and we're going to just do our thing and go out there and just do our thing. But I think it's going to be really cool to just go out there and just play against your former teammate,
That is going to be cool. You go into battle in the trenches with each other, and now you guys are doing it on the pro scene now. I know you probably got some insight on that you can probably share with the team that others won't have from playing with them and things like that. But I'm sure there's going to be some small trash talking for our social media or text messages with each other the week you play, because I think you guys go up there in the wintertime up there in New York, so you get the experience in the Meadowlands up there in the wintertime.
So that would be definitely cool week for sure.
I know everybody's been talking about, I know you get the same question now. You know, when I bring people on here, I'm not usually conventional and try to ask people the same questions, because I think it's kind of gets boring because you guys get asked a lot of the same questions. I mean, I think they put the burden on you, though. I will say that I think they put the burden on you saying that a BYU DB hasn't been drafted in many years. So now you kind of be like gotta be the guy to set the trend, the trendsetter for that. As you know, you're already setting trendsetters on TikTok with making songs and things like that. Maybe you can do something with the grave diggers and maybe make a song with that as well. You think that's something you can do? You think you can be that trendsetter?
Oh yeah, definitely. I could definitely work something up, get something going, and work in the future.
I mean that'd be kind of cool, because I don't think Tampa Bay has had something for a very long time. Like the nickname is pretty cool. They haven't had nothing like that. So if you could come up with something like that with team oriented, I think it would catch on. Especially if you guys keep winning the way you do, I think it could catch on. So you heard it here first. I put it out there.
It's going for sure.
Yeah. Once you were drafted, and you found out where you were going, of course, your dad was going crazy. What was the first? Was there a player that you first thought about when you got drafted? Was a guy that you really wanted to pick their brain or be around or talk to, or a coach or anybody? What was your first thoughts when you got drafted?
I mean, of course, the first player that came across my mind was just Tom Brady. Just what they had just did, watching that game, it was just crazy to see how dominant they were. And yeah, he was definitely the first one that came to mind. And then after that, I was just doing research, like the defense and things like that. And then, but just all those guys. I mean, it's a bunch of playmakers on both sides of the ball, and it's just really cool to be on a team with those guys for sure.
No, most definitely. Is there anybody you've been really leaning on in camp so far? I know everybody asked you about Jalen Darden. He's been a talk of the town, them trading up, picking him up out of North Texas. I mean, is there anybody that you've been leaning on, whether in your DB group or linebacker or anybody, offense or defense?
Yeah, so I know Sean hit me up early on, I think a couple days after the draft or something like that. He just told me he was excited to work with me. If I needed anything, hit him up. So, I've always had that contact with him. And then, as I'm going throughout the weeks, I'm just learning new things. I'm asking more questions, especially with the DB coach, Coach Ross. We've been in the film room a lot, just breaking down little things. And, I just have a lot of people to lean on as far as the DB room goes. So I can ask any one of those guys, and they'll help me out for sure. Really cool group of guys.
Definitely. I think you've been blessed with being put into a group like that, because a lot of those guys, I'll give you an example. I don't know how far you did your research and everything. Jamil Dean was kind of thrown to the fire the week against Seattle, and he had a rough time playing against DK Metcalf in that game. He held his own for a guy just wasn't expecting to play much, and then got in and play. But I think yourself and just like the rest of these guys, Todd Bowles will say they came to him and tried to learn ins and outs and things like that, and learn little intangibles and stuff like that you can take in and game out. And for what I've seen about you and read about you, I expect you to do the same thing, to learn as much as you can from what you said. You've already done studying on your own. And I don't have to tell you this, preparation and going above and beyond is what separates the great players from the average players. But I'm sure you already knew that.
No, definitely.
So what are your expectations for yourself? I know you're willing to do whatever it takes for the team. What are your expectations coming into this season? I know obviously you want to play a bunch, but what is your expectations for yourself?
Like I said, get on the field any way I can. But when I say that, I know I feel like we're the only team that brought all the starters back. So, of course, all those guys are pretty much solidified with their spots, I feel like. And, I just want to learn. I feel like there's a lot of things for me to learn. And I just want to, when the best came out and I was just watching them, it was just so much stuff I was just learning throughout these couple of weeks that I didn't know before. So I just want to soak up as much as I can and just incorporate that into my play. And then,
right.
once that happens, I just feel like I'll elevate my game and then, just see where it goes from there. But definitely this year, I just want to soak it up. If I do get out there, I'm going to go out there and ball, of course. But, yeah, I just want to learn as much as I can and just contribute to the team any way I can this year. And then as the years go on, I want to definitely be that guy that they could lean on for sure.
Definitely. And I was thinking about that. Like, I always segue into stuff. When you talk to me, I always segue into stuff. So I think when I talked about the interception, so technically in the pros will be your first interception on the big scene. That would be kind of cool. So I know you're definitely going to keep that football when you get it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Got to.
So the question is, who's it going to be on? You know what I'm saying? You don't have Drew Brees in the division no more. I know that would have been exciting to play against. Cam went over there to New England. You still got Matt Ryan in the division, and now you got Sam Darnold switching. We were talking about Zach Wilson and the Jets and things like that. Sam Darnold comes over here now in the division. So, definitely the NFC South is definitely shaken up, since now that you're coming in. It's a way, some legends have moved on, but yeah, you still have Tom Brady playing probably till he's like 50 years old. Who knows? But that guy's work ethic, who knows? But you said a lot of things that's key on the head, and I know a lot of BUCS fans and fans in general that follow his team. You've definitely been put in this successful situation that this team hasn't been in a long time without getting established coaching here, especially with the guy you get to learn from in Ty Bowles. I mean, I'll tell you right now, that guy is going to show you things, and it's going to be repetition. So when you come into the game, you be like, oh, I've already seen this. It's going to be like riding a bike. Of course, you're going to get your monkey wrenches thrown into the games because that's how it goes. It's a chess match. Sometimes people playing chess, somebody's playing checkers. Just, some people got it. That's how it goes. That's why you love being competitive. But I think you've been really set up in a great situation to succeed. And the fact that guys are already reaching out to you and trying to bring you on to this team, making you feel you're a part of the squad, is definitely something I like hearing. And I know you probably make you feel a little more at home as well because, coming somewhere you're not familiar with and things like that, it's got to be different. And I try to get, talking to young guys like yourself, I try to let fans and people that watch these interviews or stuff get a better idea of what it's like, because I think people forget that you guys are people first and foremost. I think people forget that. And I'm not even talking about politics or whatever stuff's going on. I just talk about period. I think they forget you guys are people, and you got to learn things as well. You're a young man. You're about to get handed, a bunch of money, and you stay around in the league a lot. You're going to make endorsements and things like that. All that is a learning process as a young man coming into this league. And I think people need to remember that you guys are people before athletes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. Coming in now, it's like I could definitely see how all this stuff could just mess with you mentally, and that's why I know the team offers little seminars where you can go for mental health and things like that. So we participate in that. We've been doing that since I've got here. Really, they have the little rookie program thing to where they just help the rookies just get acclimated to this new situation. But yeah, all this stuff could definitely take a toll on your mental health, and I feel like people need to realize that. But I feel like a majority of fans do, but of course, there's gonna be those guys that
extremists. Yeah,
exactly that they just don't understand. But I've learned to tune all that out and just focus on myself and just make sure I'm good when it comes to all this stuff.
Yeah, that's why I've mentioned this. Why I think it's important that you stick with your music when available, because it helps you detox. I think Gerald McCoy, a veteran that's been here a long time, he used to say that he taught people how to separate work, from personal life. And I think those two things need to be separate sometimes because it gets draining. You have expectations of yourself and you don't lead up to them. You might feel disappointed, depressed. There's so much of that in mental health. You hit it right on the head, Chris, when you talk about mental health. And that's important these days because there's a lot of guys that don't address it, especially in Black communities. We don't talk about that a lot. Mental issues. What are you even taught? You got to suck it up, right? You're soft if you talk about issues and stuff like that. And I think talking about it now really helps people, and people just reaching out and making good connections with people and vibing with people is very important to me. And then just talking about stuff like that, especially with that defensive lineman out of Miami who basically retired, said he was having I don't know if you remember that defensive lineman retired out of Miami, but pretty much said he was having mental issues and thinking he has CTE and things like that. So I think it's very important for things like that. Chris, I ain't gonna keep you long, man. Like I said, I just want to get on here and ask you a few questions. you want to plug in everything that you got going on and let everybody know. I know you got the music going on. I know you said, we talked off air. You said you're going to wait till second year to really get into your community stuff, focus on yourself. But tell everybody what you got going on.
Yeah, for sure. So as far as I definitely want to get a little kids camp going on in the future, but I know as far as this first year, I just want to, get acclimated, establish myself, because rookie season could be very, a lot mentally and all this stuff. So I just want to focus on that. But then in the years to come, I definitely want to focus on more things. Like I said, kids camp, charities, things like that. So look for that in the future. And then as far as all my music and stuff, I'm keeping that to the side right now. But I got things in the future for sure. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter at SuperCFlash. And I'll put stuff on my story just to keep y'all updated as far as my SoundCloud and all that stuff. But yeah, that's really what I got going on.
I'm looking forward to that song, Buccaneers. So I'm telling you, Chris, it'll hit. They haven't had one here in a very long time. So you could come up with something creative, it'll take off. I'm telling you, it'll take off. So free time.
I got you. That started here.
It's gonna be gone.
No, for sure.
So yeah, I'm trying to get and so I know after you, I'm gonna try to see if I can get a hold of Joe Tryon, get him on here. I know you guys are over there at Athletes First. I know he's probably somebody you were familiar with first, and ironically, y'all both end up on the same team. I know that's kind of cool. You got a friendly face that there's somebody from you guys doing your pre-draft workouts and stuff like that. But I appreciate it, Chris. I would love to have you back another time just to chit chat. Like I said, I know it's very busy right now. You guys are off today, right?
Yeah, we're off today.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, you guys are off. So yeah, it'd be nice to get you over here again and just talk about some things. And I really enjoyed talking to you and love to have you again.
No, yeah, for sure. Appreciate you for having me.
Yep. Tell Joe I'm looking for him.
All right, got you.
All right, Chris.
All right.